This video is intended to show you how to remove a DVD that is stuck in a Zenith XBV442 combo DVD VCR player. You may have heard other people tell you that there may be mechanical eject buttons where you can stick a paper clip to mechanically override the eject system and so forth. That may be true on some players, but there is not one on this particular unit, so don't waste your time looking for it. First of all, make sure your unit's unplugged. Next, take something very thin. I use a standard kitchen paring knife. It's extremely thin and stiff. What you need to do is open the door by pressing on the bottom. Then, using the pin on the right-hand side of the door as a guide, slide the cutting edge of the knife along the edge of that pin and underneath the black holder that holds the DVD. Then pull it towards you. You'll feel some resistance, and the door will start to eject. Hold on to the drawer that holds the DVD and then continue pulling it out. This gives you access to the player and you can remove your DVD. If all you wanted to do is remove the DVD and your intent is to just simply throw your unit away, there's no sense in proceeding with this video. If, however, you want to figure out why it's stuck and perhaps how to fix it, then let's move on. In most instances, the reason that it is stuck is because the belt from the motor drive mechanism has either fallen off or is broken. So let's examine how to replace the belt. We'll start by just pushing the unit back in. We don't need it out. We're going to be taking it apart anyway. To begin with, we need to remove the case. There are 5 screws holding the case, 1 on each side near the front, and there are 3 screws in the back, 1 on each edge and 1 near the top. We'll need to remove all 5 screws to continue. One thing you may or may not have noticed is that all 5 screws are the same size. So you don't need to worry about the order by which you put them back in. Now that the screws are removed, press on the top of the case and push backwards. Then spread the back sides and lift the case off of the unit. Now we need to remove the front face. You will note that there are 3 clips along the top, 1 on each side of the unit, and 2 on the bottom. You will need to lift these clips in order to remove the front face. Okay, now we can more closely examine the DVD area of the player. If you will note, you should be able to see a pulley and a smaller diameter pulley inside. This is where the belt should go. Notice that mine's missing entirely. So somewhere in here I have a belt that we need to find. Now we can shake the unit up. There it is. Nothing will fall out except stuff that is broken because the unit is all bolted together still. So now I have my belt. I can set that aside. Now let's take a look at how to access this pulley area. If you recall, before we had our paring knife that we used to open the door. Now we can see where we tripped that lever before is this white post that is sticking up inside of here. So now if we reach in behind that white post and pull it towards us, once again the door becomes disengaged and we can open it. Now you can see the pulley and the motor pulley, and obviously the belt is missing. Okay, now we've established the fact that the belt is broken. What do we do now? Well, for starters, you can't buy the belt. However, what you can do is get a number 33 O-ring. That's 1 1/16 OD, 15/16 ID, 1/16 diameter. Place the O-ring over the large pulley until it's wrapped around the pulley, and then pull it, don't stretch it too far, over the motor pulley. Now take the door and exercise it back and forth about 10 times. You will notice as you do that, the O-ring moves. What we're doing is seating the O-ring to make sure that it doesn't crawl off of the pulley. Now close the drawer completely. Now we're going to do the exact opposite of what we did to open the drawer. We're going to take our knife the opposite direction, and approaching that lever post from your side, you want to push it away from you. Push it completely until you hear it click as the loading mechanism of the DVD drive comes all the way up to the top. Now reassemble the unit by placing the front face back on. The cover. Put in your screws. Plug it in, and you're good to go.